this Excel export from the DC Assessor and get the names, get the whole thing formatted properly, as well as get the names. Instead of being last name, first name, we're going to put them first name, last name. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to expand all the tabs. If I double click between the columns, it will open up all of these columns so I can see what's in them. You can see owner address 1 is empty, so I'm going to delete that. And then I'm going to go over to the zip code and modify that to be without the 4 zeros behind it. So once I put it in the first row, I can click on it and I can click on this bottom solid square and drag it down the row. Once I drag it down the row, I will put it to the last one that's 68116 and let go, and it changes all of them. Now this one I can see is 68022. With any Excel spreadsheet or database, you're going to have to do a lot of manual entry. So I'm just taking the time to do that with this one. So the rest of these I see are SID and HOA properties. So I'm just going to select these rows and then delete all of those because I don't want to mail to those. So now I've got it down to where I need to create columns for my first name, last name. So the first thing I do is I go through and I see what is the most number of fields or columns that I'm going to need. So you can see Marshall, Clark, L. So that is going to take 3 different columns. I'm going to separate these using a space. So I am going to create an extra column for every word or anytime there's a space between. So Marshall would be 1, Clark would be 1, L would be 1. If there's any that's more than 3, I'll need to add extra. So maybe there was one with 4. Let's keep looking. Okay, so this one, Rivera 3, Jamie G. I will need 4 for that one. 4 columns. That might be the longest name. Okay, so I am going to go to my column B and I'm going to right click and click insert, and then I'm going to do that a few more times. So I have some empty columns for my information, for my information to go into once I have separated it from column A. I might be doing too many, but too many is better than not enough. Okay, so now I'm going to select column A. And this is where I'm going to go up to the Data tab. Once I'm on Data, I'm going to go to Text to Columns. This is going to allow me to choose the data and put it into different columns. So I'm going to choose delimited. Characters such as commas or tabs separate each field. So commas or tabs, or in our case, we're going to do space. So the space is the separator. So I'm going to click next, and then I already was working on this earlier. Yours will typically have tabs selected, but we're going to select the checkbox for space, and then you'll see it's going to put a line between our different columns here, and then click next, and then click finish. You can see it took my first names and put them in column B, and then you've got column C has the middle initial or middle name. Some of these you might want to go through and add it to your first name column. Just go down through here. Maybe you want to put the name like this, and then this had the third. So basically what I'm going to do is eliminate the rest of these rows. So all I have is the first name and middle initial or name. I'm going to have just the last name and first name. But a couple of these, it might be harder to determine if it is the part of the first name or not. So now I can get rid of these extra columns because I don't need middle initials in my mailer. So I'm going to select those and delete them. I could have done that one at a time. So now I have last name first, then first name. I should have left one of those columns, but I'm going to click on my column C, click insert. Now I've got an empty one here, I can just click on column A and copy it and go to column C and paste it. And now we've got, and I can delete column A, and we've got first name, last name. I know that looked a little bit complicated, but the more you do it, the easier it will become. And like I said, all databases, no matter where you get them, are going to take a little bit of extra work. They just are a little bit time intensive. The good thing is we didn't have to type out all of these addresses or write them on our own. So now I've got this and it's ready to go use in Mail Merge.